Yahoo! Welcome, my beautiful brothers and sisters, to the Aquarian Adepts, my platform to become your spiritual server. And today we're going to be talking about Uranus entering into Taurus. I've been meaning to make this video for a while, but I think I've been sitting on it just because I need to come into more information. I need to download some more stuff. And the funny thing is that I don't have any notes here. I have no notes. I mean, I have this book here, and I know that it has a description of Uranus and Taurus, but I wanted to just channel this video. I just wanted to channel. Initially, I was going to pull up the charts and show you the last time Uranus was in Taurus and this time and different things of what you can expect. But this time, in this video, I really just wanted to channel because, I don't know, that's just really what I wanted to do. I wanted to just kind of get into my intuition and just kind of feel what you need to know. And the interesting thing is that I call my channel the Aquarian Adepts, which is based off of the age of Aquarius. And Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. And really it's I can pull up charts, I can pull up books and notes, but the fact of the matter is that all this information is within me. All this information is within you. We are the cosmos, we are the universe, and Aquarius actually rules, space. It rules astrology. So it's I have all this information in me. I just have to really reach in and then just access the information. So I don't really need notes. I have it all right here. I have it all right here. So what does Uranus and Taurus mean? What's going on here? And what do these basic energies mean? Well, all right, let's just put it basic. Let's just talk about what Uranus is and what Taurus is, all right? And kind of where Uranus has been. Uranus is the planet of rebellion. It's the planet of this quantum, I would like to say quantum epiphanies, quantum evolution. It's the planet of this this personal expression of individuality, but also Uranus has to do with the masses and the people. So it's it rules this innovative energy to really freely express who we are, and then it's by doing that that we really begin to find our tribe and find the people that really resonate with us. Uranus rules the heavens. It's the sky god. It rules astrology and the stars. And it rules weather as well. So Uranus, wherever it falls in your chart, it really rules this area where you really are kind of just taking a look at it and being how can I innovate this energy? How can I innovate this facet of life? For me, and most people in my generation, I have Uranus in Capricorn. So we are here to really revolutionize and bring our personal innovative expression forth as it comes to tradition, society, order, the way things are governed, the way things look, the way that we govern ourselves, politics. That's really what we're here to revolutionize. Uranus since 2012 has been in the sign of Aries. What is Aries? It deals with the ego, the persona, the self. The body is this cardinal fire sign. So it's about this action and what direction you're going in. I know Aries isn't necessarily always the most. It's definitely not the most politically correct sign. I would definitely not say that. Aries can be very blunt, and it can be rather straightforward, and not necessarily everyone's going to get the rash energy that is Aries. But a mature Aries is one that takes very powerful, purposeful action, right? Well, while Uranus was in Aries, we really were all just revolutionizing who we are, who's our persona, what masks do we wear, what actions do we take, what behaviors do we take. Do these really allow us to manifest a more abundant life? This give me a quick high and a quick fixed, or is this more of a long-term vision? Because we have to also remember that Uranus rules the future. It rules this long-term vision and kind of looking into the future, looking out like, oh, okay, what can we create? What can we do? So while Uranus was in Aries, it was almost like, this weird shakeup where it's like, with Aries, it's like, I want it now, I want it here, and I want it now. But Uranus is like, whoa, what about the future? What about what's going to manifest? What about, every action has a equal but opposite reaction, So I think it's like, while Uranus was in Aries, a lot of us were dealing with these, still are, because, Uranus isn't done here. And later on in the year, it will retrograde back into Aries, but we are relatively done here because that time is going to be more of a review period of what we've learned from revolutionizing who we are in our persona. So it's like, now that Uranus is about to make this shift, I'm sure all of you can feel it. Like, if you feel crazy right now, if you feel on edge right now, it's okay. Like, there's a reason why you feel that way, and you're supposed to feel that way. Honestly, if you feel normal right now, you might want to check yourself. You might want to look in the mirror and be like, are you normal? Are you normal? Are you normal? I think what we're realizing, especially with Uranus like shifting, like at the edge of Aries, we also have to consider what's happening here. It's going to be conjunct Mercury while squaring Mars in Capricorn, further cementing home. And Mars rules Aries, but being exalted in Capricorn, it's not about this quick fix. It's about the steps needed to take to climb this mountain. It's about looking into the future and establishing a legacy. It's about taking things almost like a step at a time, but it's like, it is really good for the long term. So the fact that Mars at the edge of Capricorn, and it's technically in its shadow because it's going to retrograde back over this spot later. Once it goes into Aquarius, it goes to Aquarius at about 9 degrees, and it'll retrograde back over this spot where it is right now, where it's going to be making the square to Uranus and Mercury, and the moon's going to be there in this dark moon phase. This is really us feeling on edge, and there might be like this push this weekend going into this new moon where we almost want to just escape, right? Because Uranus does rule Aquarius, so it's like, it's almost like this, oh, fuck this, and it's this energy of, oh, fuck this, I'm gonna go do my own thing. And it's like, there may very well be an urge to do that, but is it really in line with who we really are? And now that Uranus is going to be shifting into Taurus, is it really in line with our value, our self-worth? Do we value ourselves high enough? Or do we have this lack of self-confidence? What does Taurus rule? It rules money. It's the earned income sector. It rules the foundation. It's fixed earth, so it's the heaviest sign. And it rules, confidence, our self-worth, our value. Like I said, money. Uranus shifting here is literally going to bring a lightning bolt. Bam! It's going to bring, that was more of an explosion. I guess lightning bolt is just like, I was trying to simulate thunder. I don't know if I did a good job at that, guys. But I want you to think of, I want to show you guys even what I really think Uranus going into Taurus is, because there's a tarot card that perfectly represents it. Even though it has a bit of Capricorn energy in it as well, this card perfectly represents Uranus shifting into Taurus. And if you're really bad about it, you probably already know what I'm about to pull up. Bam, right here. The tarot card. A lot of people are afraid of this card. This is our foundation shaking up. And do you see this lightning bolt? The lightning bolt, this is actually Aquarius energy. And the funny thing is about it, I'm just going to go ahead and pull this one up too. I think it's going to be more back here. Did I pass it already? I think so. Bear with me, guys. I wanted to show you just how powerful this is and how synchronized everything is and how perfect it is. Perfect. If I could find this card, where are you? You know what I'm looking for. Was it really that close to the front? And I didn't even realize it? Ah, there it is. Bam. Now, this is really, and this can represent Capricorn, but also it represents Taurus because it's our foundation. Because in order really to build something, you have to frame it, and then you have to have a foundation. Like all houses, all buildings have a foundation. That's Taurus. Our Uranus shifting into Taurus is literally the foundation of your life being shaken up. And this lightning bolt right here is really this quantum download. It's like you need to change. You need to shake things up. What comes after the Tower in astrology? The Star card, which is Aquarius energy, right? This is about really following our intuition. This is about having faith and trust that things are going to work out. I think the craziness that a lot of people are feeling is like if you're awake, it's like if you're awake. Because even those of us who claim to be woke, you know, we still are asleep in areas. But it's like those of you who consider that you're on the conscious spiritual path, it's like you can feel this energy rising up, and you know that there are things that need to be let go of, and you know that there are things that need to change. But if like you're quote unquote asleep, you're probably even feeling crazier because it's like you're trying to hold on to this tower. You're trying to hold on to this foundation. You're trying to hold on to this old sense of self. You're trying to hold on to this old persona. But Uranus is like, nope, change. Bam! Like that's really what Uranus is. And then it's like we have to really trust and have faith that we're being guided in the right direction. That's Uranus shifting into Taurus. Uranus shifting into Taurus is this energy of, oh my goodness, like let me just go ahead and tell you some of the things that we're going to see over the next, I think it's like 7 to 8 years while Uranus is going to be in here. Like I said, I don't have any notes or anything. But what is going to happen when Uranus shifts into Taurus? Well, let's talk about money. Money is going to change forever. Money is going to change forever. And we can already see that with these cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. I personally have not invested in it. I'm definitely considering it, just because I know that that is really the future. And I think it's really more like the technology behind. It's like the blockchain. I think that's really what's going to revolutionize the world, and that's really what we all have been craving and wanting. On a deep soul level, is to have like these like direct transactions and like eliminate the middleman. But money is going to shift forever. Your relationship to money is going to shift forever. Do you have this self-confidence that money is like water? It's going to flow right back to you. A lot of people like to try and hold on to money, but you can't hold on to something that is liquid. And I know that sounds weird to some of you all, but if you study this, and I've been studying this stuff for like a while, because before I was like into all the conspiracies and all that stuff, but think about all of the water associations with money. It's funny how, you know, in astrology, money is ruled by Taurus, but I want you to think about all the associations with water, which might signal to the why Scorpio is opposite Taurus. Liquidation of assets. Banks, like the bank of a river. Freeze your assets. Commercialism, you know, merchant. Once again, the water comes in again. There's a reason why there's so many watery elements to money. It's cash flow, right? So really, it's not necessarily about hoarding on to this money, because money is just energy. So it's like, I can hold this deck of cards in its energy, yeah, sure, but energy is constantly moving and shifting. If I can't hold on to this deck of cards forever, because it'll eventually turn into dust, right? So it's like, the same thing goes for money. People are trying to sit on hordes of money, and it just, you have to allow this flow with this. So this is going to be a time where really, if you're like really picky about money and you're like a penny pincher, this time is not going to be great for you, because it's like you have to have the confidence to know that what you put out is going to come back to you. You have to have this confidence to know that, you know what, you have to revolutionize your relationship to money and be like, don't allow it to be a ruler in your life. A lot of people allow money to rule them in life. They don't take risks with their money because they feel like they're like, if they just lose it, that they're not going to be able to get it back. And yes, you definitely want to be discerning about the risk that you take, but at the same time, some of the most successful people have taken the biggest risks with money. So you gotta take risks. If you don't like taking risks, if you don't invest in yourself, especially, this is a time about investing in yourself. More people over the next 6, 7 to 8 years are going to invest in themselves. Why do you think life coaching is becoming more popular? Why do you think these retreats to bettering the self are becoming more popular? They're going to only become more popular because people are going to realize that the true value is them. The true value is this energy. The true value is this source. The true value is that heart that we are all connected to. Spirit. That's what's going to happen. People are going to realize that, we are going to revolutionize money. I think there are going to be more millionaires made in the next few years, but it's also going to be shifty because since it's Uranus, it's like you're going to see millionaires overnight, and you're also going to see some of them keep the money and some of them lose all their money. Like, it's going to be crazy because Uranus is like, it's it's a stable energy, but it's also unstable. It's like, I got to shift things up. I got to move things around. So it's like, there definitely want to be a lot of self-made millionaires. You're going to see a lot more entrepreneurship over the next 7, 8 years. More people are going to have their own businesses. And even established businesses that are like rather big, depending upon the quality of what they do, they're going to stick around. And more than likely, even those companies, I'm telling you, the large companies that actually shift their values to reflect this higher vibration are the ones that are going to stay in business. The businesses that continue shady practices are going to start to see their decline more now. The businesses that continue putting out shit quality products are going to go down right now because Taurus is about quality. Taurus will not buy something if it does not think it's like good enough for it. It's like, Taurus will definitely, most certainly buy a $100 item before a $5 item. Now, granted, value and what we think is successful is based off of the individual, but this is definitely going to be a time where it's like, your level of self-confidence in yourself and your level of self-confidence to really manifest money and to manifest abundance is going to be really tested right now. And the people that are really going to make it during this transit are the people that recognize that, I am the true value here. And if I radiate and I become this beacon of abundance, I'm naturally going to attract it to me. This is going to be a time where you really want to just become a beacon of abundance. And that's really going to allow you to manifest the life of your dreams, the life that you really want. Because in many ways, Uranus does kind of rule dreams. I know it's more like Neptune, but Uranus rules dreams in the sense that, like, while Neptune is like you're like in the dream, Uranus is like you're communicating the dream and you're putting it out there. It's like you literally write into the universe, I want a Corvette, or I want a big house, or I want to go to Bali. And then the actual dream is you actually being there. Like, that's Neptune. That's actually you in the dream, like living it and like almost being lucid in the dream. Whereas Uranus and Aquarius is like you putting it out there and asking the universe for it. So this is going to be a time where really ask the universe for things. Because if you take the purposeful action, if you learn, especially when Uranus goes into this review period, back into Aries and then comes back into Taurus, that's really going to be your opportunity to be like, what purposeful action can I take that is more aligned with this growing self-confidence that's going to allow me to manifest my inherent infinite abundance. Whew. That's just money. What else is going to happen? I'm a server, and many people like to say that Taurus rules food. The food industry is going to change forever. It's going to shift massively. Food is going to shift massively because I know a lot of these food companies, they have shady practices. Our relationship to the earth is going to change forever. But in particularly food, the issue is that we are so disconnected from food in the process of getting food that now that Uranus is going to shift into Taurus, we're going to feel more on a quantum level what food does to us. Whereas with Aries, it's like you can kind of feel it, because Aries does in many ways rule the body, but it's like your ego can almost overcome it. Now, our relationship to food, we're going to feel more of the energy of the food on a deeper quantum level, which is why you want to see more people actually shift to a healthier lifestyle over the next 7 to 8 years. You might even see people shift from a healthier lifestyle back to a sedentary lifestyle. Not necessarily sedentary, but you're going to see a lot of people become vegan, and you're going to even see some vegans go back to eating meat. That's just how it's going to go. But I think it's going to be more of a drive for people to go vegetarian and vegan, because there's going to be this reconnection back to the earth and Gaia, because Taurus does represent Gaia. It represents the Mother Earth. There's going to be this revitalization within the Mother Earth Gaia energy and the divine feminine within that. So the food industry is going to change forever. A lot of the chain restaurants that you know and you go to are going to go under. They're not going to last any longer. Why? Because so many of them serve the same shit, and there's not really much of a differential between them. And it's like people are going to start to wake up and say, wait, I want better quality food. I don't want to just eat the same thing. So it's like, why would you have 5 restaurants that basically serve the same thing? I think it's crazy here, especially in the Western world in America. It's like, there are so many restaurants. There are so many restaurants. Like, I can go out right now and I could probably find like 5 pizza places within like a mile radius of where I am. Or maybe like a 5-mile radius, whatever. But there are so many food places. Fast food is going to become a thing of the past, and you're even going to see it revolutionized. I think there's actually a vegan fast food place in Colorado. I want to say it's like in Manitou Springs. I used to live out there. I never got a chance to go to this place. I don't even know if it was open when I was out there. But you're going to start to see restaurants revolutionize. You're going to start, oh my goodness, it'll be great to have vegetarian and vegan fast food restaurants, because yeah, we do live in this fast-paced reality, which is why you see these things around us, why you see fast food restaurants, because we live in this fast-paced reality, go, 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 which is why we had this disconnection from food. Back in the day, we had to grow our own food, we had to hunt for our own food, and we were really deeply appreciative for our food, because if we didn't eat, we fucking died. Like, if we didn't eat, we fucking, and it still applies today, but the convenience factor is so high to getting food that we don't really fucking care. It's like, it's almost like food can sometimes be a bit of an afterthought, even though people take food very seriously. As someone who works in the service industry, people take their food very seriously. But it's like, it's almost like an afterthought. We're not really thankful for food. You're going to see more people actually pray over their food in the next 7 to 8 years. I know I do, and I don't necessarily do it in the traditional way. I do it in my own unique way. Like, I'll even tell you all, when I pray for my food, I'm like, itadakimasu. I say my grace in Japanese, and that's just my unique way of doing it. And I've been doing this for a while now. It's probably been like about a year or so that I've been doing this, or a little under a year that I've been doing that. But the food industry is going to change forever. You're going to see a lot of new restaurants come up that are serving higher quality food, better food. You're going to see more vegetarian and vegan restaurants than ever before. And you're going to see a lot of restaurants go under, because it's just not, the quality is just not there. It's not good. Taurus ain't going to have it. Uranus ain't going to have it. You know? We got to revolutionize this, baby. Food is going to change forever. Let's talk about the weather. If y'all think that the weather's been crazy, think again. This weather that we've seen has been pretty interesting, but we have not seen shit yet. Uranus in the Taurus is literally it being like, it's like snowing like one day, and then it's like 90 degrees the next day. Now, albeit you kind of got that in Colorado, like I lived out there, so I kind of saw it. And here in Georgia, the weather can be seemingly bipolar, but Uranus going into the Taurus is like an earthquake. It's shaking things up. It's literally like, what's that game? There's this old game, I can't remember, where you had like these little pieces and you would put it into like this little like, you put them into like these little shapes. You had to try and match them all up before a certain timer ran out, and then boom, it's like, it would just shake things up if you didn't make it all the way in time. That's Uranus shifting into Taurus. It's like, we're going to be sitting here trying to put things here and there and there, and then boom! Oh, we got to restart because we didn't do it in time. Even like, the funny thing is that our relationship with time is even going to change, because if you think about it just from a mythology standpoint, is that the son of Uranus is Saturn, which rules time. So even our relationship to time, in a very interesting way, is going to be shifted. And where is Saturn right now? Saturn right now is in Capricorn, really asking us to like, and since Pluto's there is too, it's like asking us to like, we're like slowly reshaping how our world looks. And when Uranus shifts into Taurus, this is us really revolutionizing how our world works. This is about, the people who really learn to accept who they are, but also innovate and begin to value themselves higher, that begin to value themselves and have this self-confidence. These are going to be the people that change the world. You're going to see a lot more sustainable farming practices pop up now. You're going to see a lot of crazy inventions that actually become like, patented and actually put out there. I think while Uranus was in Aries, that was almost like people like in their lab, like a mad scientist trying to figure things out, and not a lot of the crazy inventions I've seen today of like, over the next 78 years, you're going to see crazy fucking inventions from these mad geniuses, and that are going to change the world forever. I'm telling you, it's going to be really profound. I'm telling you, at the end of this Uranus in Taurus transit, the world is not going to look the same. It is simply not going to look the same. It's going to be shifted so crazy. And it's even going to be more interesting because once Uranus hits Gemini, that's really going to be when we start to reorganize the population, the people. That's going to be like, that's going to be like when people will really start to find their tribe, because it's like, as Uranus is going into Taurus, we're working on our self-worth and our self-value and our confidence levels. When Uranus shifts into Gemini, it's going to bring together the groups of people based off of their confidence level. And it's going to even like, I think, and the good thing about Uranus and Taurus is that it's going to make life better for everybody. In the end. Like, it's going to make, initially there's going to be some struggle and strife with those that have this poverty consciousness. If you have poverty consciousness, you're screwed. If you have poverty consciousness, you are screwed. But at the same time, I think Uranus shifting into Taurus is really going to be us, since it's fixed Earth, we're really going to be looking at our world and be like, how can we make this better for everybody? Because Uranus does rule people. And we have to think about that. We have this fixed air element coming against this fixed earth element. We have a lot of fixed energy, And, like I said, Jupiter is still in Scorpio. So this is about how we can expand our desires and stuff like that and our wants. But even more so, Scorpio rules shared resources. You're going to see more shared resources come out. You're going to see Ubers everywhere. People are going to not have cars anymore, or there's going to be not as many cars. You're going to see, you might even see complexes built, like housing complexes, where there are restaurants within like the community, like kitchens within the community. And it's like, you're going to see that more. That's actually going to be something that probably comes up. You're going to see probably more tiny houses and stuff like that. The tiny house craze is probably going to take off. But there's even going to be even more sustainable building practices. You're going to see crazy architecture come out over the next 7 to 8 years. You're going to see people wanting to integrate more of the earth. So it's like, I know like in some countries, they have like those bridges that have like, the grass, they're like the natural bridges. You're going to start to see more of that. maybe money will actually go to roads now in America. They don't go to roads, they go to war. But it's like maybe we're actually going to see our architecture, and we're going to see just the way things look shift, because Uranus is going to be like, we got to change this. And since it's in Taurus and about Mother Earth, we have to think about the Earth. We have to consider the Earth. We have to realize that we are of the Earth, that we come from the Earth. And yeah, we're having this human experience, but we are of the Earth still. And there's going to be this revitalization within that divine feminine energy. We also have to consider that the mother's going to become more important now. And even though the mother's more or less Cancer, where's the North Node heading? Cancer. Like, for a good bit of the first part of Uranus and Taurus, the North Node's going to be in Cancer. It's going to be in Leo at the start, but that's really talking about what's really balanced within our heart. What actually gives our heart peace and harmony? How can we come more into our heart space, you know? What do we love? And then it's like North Node shifts into Cancer, telling you the mother is going to become more important. The divine feminine energy is going to become more important. And the interesting thing about it is that what's going to happen with Mars? Mars is shifting out of Capricorn, going into Aquarius, which is ruled by Uranus, and it's going to retrograde. So even our divine, and Mars is a very masculine energy. So it's like the divine masculine energy is going to really hit I would say it's a wall, but it's going to like get to this point where it's like, oh shit, we need to go through a review period. We need to really figure out like how to fix this thing, because Uranus does want to fix things, right? Aquarius wants to fix things, and the divine masculine energy, and we're gonna be like, yo, how can we fix this? What actions can we actually take that actually are more in line with the times, that are more aligned with our evolution, that's more aligned with treating our Earth better? Because it's like when it goes into Aquarius, it's like there's gonna be like this need and this communication, you know, from Aquarius to really like, there's almost gonna be like this reconnection back to like our star family that's out there. It's in here, but it's out there. It's gonna be like this reconnection, but it's like we're gonna go out so far, and we're not even gonna go out that far. We're only gonna get to 9 degrees, and they're gonna be like, you gotta go back. And then we're going to come back to Capricorn, the Earth sign, and we're going to have to figure our shit out. This is almost like a preview to us, like, wanting to leave the wanting us to leave the Earth and wanting to go to Mars, and wanting us to, like, explore the solar system. But our alien brothers and sisters, our extraterrestrial brothers and sisters are going to be like, you have a perfectly beautiful Earth right there, and y'all guys gotta figure that shit out, because if y'all don't figure that shit out, we're not gonna let you guys come out here and fuck this shit up. You know what I'm saying? So we're really going to come into this period where the divine feminine energy and the divine masculine energy is going to become more balanced and harmonized. But Uranus shifting into Taurus is going to be huge as far as really changing our value system, money system, our levels of self-confidence. It's going to change all of that. Like I said, even like the weather is going to be crazy. There's going to be more humanitarianism when it comes to the Earth. There are things that aren't being talked about, like how there's going to be this really large displacement of Oceania inhabitants, because the levels, like the water levels of the world are rising. There are going to be entire pockets of people that are going to be displaced, and we're going to have to learn how to take these people in, because they're our brothers and sisters. What are we going to be like? Oh, they're illegal immigrants, they have to go through this process to come to this country. Oh, we're going to refuse these refugees. No, Uranus and Taurus is not going to have that. They're going to be like, these are your brothers and sisters. We are all in this together. We are all energy, and we have to learn how to coexist with each other. That's Uranus and Taurus. This is us creating a better world for ourselves. This is us creating a better future. So once Uranus goes into Gemini, we'll begin to really start to communicate this information. That's really when everyone's going to become more psychic. That's really going to be where we become more psychic. And then we're going to almost shift reality to where you have, like, you know, people are going to really find their tribe. People probably aren't really going to care about necessarily the country anymore or the state. It's like, what is the state? What is a country? You know, it's like, I definitely am happy that I was born in America and I have this access to all these resources, but it's almost kind of like being plopped in the middle of a giant mall and trying to figure out what you want. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing. I think it's amazing all the abundance that we have, but at the same time, I think it's like we have to learn to appreciate what we do have. So it's like, it's interesting because Taurus definitely wants to produce and wants to definitely expand. But at the same time, Taurus does kind of appreciate the finer things in life. It's going to be a time about appreciating the finer things in life. It's going to be a time about, you know, just like definitely going for walks in the woods and just appreciating a tiny little flower that just pops up to you. Just pops up to you. You know, it's about appreciating all facets of life. Animals are going to probably revolt a little bit more during this time. Zoos might become a thing of the past during this time. Zoos might definitely become a thing of the past, or at least we'll have more. It'll be almost like the way that Africa does it, where they're like on these open safaris and they can actually roam freely. But zoos might become a thing of the past. You might see like crazy like zoo breakouts. I hope animals start talking. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for animals to. I mean, I know they already talk to us, like, because I talk to my cat Leo like a lot. It's like more like telepathic, but I'm kind of waiting for an animal to talk to us like this. That is going to come eventually. Maybe not now, but maybe down in the future. I can dream, can't I? This is going to be an incredible, pivotal, shifting time where really fabric of our reality in the world is going to change forever. And my recommendation for you is to really embrace the fact that you have infinite abundance and embrace the fact that you can do anything you set your mind to and you set your heart to. You can do anything. But this is really about having the self-confidence and realizing your inherent value that you can actually produce this and bring it forward, because Taurus is manifesting energy. So it's like the people over the next 78 years that have the most success are the people that really recognize that they have the power to manifest anything, that they really have that abundance, and that they really, 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 really believe in themselves. Yeah, I'm going to draw a color healing card, actually. I was going to draw just a regular tarot card, but I'm going to draw a color card just because that's what I'm being called to draw. And just for, like, just, you know, I'm going to draw two. I'm going to draw like a main card and then like a support card, because Taurus does rule support. So the first card almost kind of represents where Uranus is right now in the Aries energy, and even what we're going to kind of review. And then the support card is going to be like the Taurus card and where Uranus is shifting into. So, wow, here we go. This is actually pretty freaking cool. This is pretty sexy, actually. So the first card we have is actually chocolate. Nourish your body and soul. So it's like, the way I see this is as like, you know, Uranus is here right now. It's like, yeah, there are certain actions and behaviors that we can take and do, but do they really nourish our soul, or are they just kind of a quick fix? Do they actually like give us this deep satisfaction, this deep fulfillment, or is it just kind of like the surface level shit? Because Aquarius is like, it's not really surface level. I mean, it's fixed air, so it's like, it's fixed air, so it's like, it gets down to the quantum level. So it's like, what we're learning right now is how to deeply nourish our body and soul by taking purposeful action that's in line with our higher self, that's in line with our heart, in line with our destiny and where we're going, in line with the long run, in line with the moment, right? And it's interesting how the support card is actually silver, which is be persistent. There is a silver lining. I know there's a lot of people that like to things like, oh, the world is done, the world is over, it sucks. We also have to consider, I didn't even think about this, but Uranus rules the internet. And it going into Taurus means that the internet's going to change forever too. You're probably going to see, you might even see like this exodus from the internet, because people are going to want to get more onto the nature. But then you might even see people come back to the internet and just the fabric and the way that the internet looks is going to change forever. Like that's going to change forever too. And instead of people being more, instead of going, we're going to almost shift from like this selfie culture. There's something wrong with selfies, because I think it in a weird subconscious way is allowing us to be more okay with ourselves. But it's going to shift more from the selfie culture to the value that we put out. And like, it's not really going to be about like the people who are just posting pictures of themselves, and that's the way that they get popular on Instagram and social media things. It's going to be the people that are actually providing something of more value, that actually are doing something. That's what's going to happen. So the support card of silver, be persistent. It's like, yeah, there's certainly a silver lining. We have to think about that. Uranus does in many ways rule storms. So there's always the light will always come out. There's always a rainbow that comes out after the storm. So be persistent. If this is a time where your foundation is really shaken up, have faith, my brothers and sisters. Have faith, my beloved, because really just know that if you are persistent and if you keep moving forward and you really have that self-confidence to move things in a positive direction, and you really just produce from this deep sense of just, I love myself, man. Like, I can do this. Oh my gosh, like, I am such a badass. But it's almost going to be in a way where it's like, it's not going to be in the Aries way. It's going to be in the Taurus way. It's like, you know what? I am so valuable. Of course I can have that. Of course I'm going to produce that. And it's be persistent. So it's like, step by step, day by day. This is not necessarily, I mean, there are going to be people that are made overnight, but the people that really benefit from this transit are the people that just take the necessary steps day by day. Almost like slow and steady wins the race. You don't necessarily want to be like the hare. You want to be more like the tortoise. And just like take it one step at a time. Just go to the beat of your own drum. Dun, 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 like that's really what you want to do. But yeah, that is Uranus and Taurus in a nutshell. I might make more videos as Uranus is going throughout Taurus and stuff like that. But I just wanted to make kind of like this video kind of talking about the overall energies, and that was good. Like, I did a lot of channeling in that one. Anyways, that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And if you'd like a personal reading with me, my beautiful brothers and sisters, you can follow the link in the description below to the Aquarian Adepts. And always remember, my beloved, my able, beautiful, creative, divine, energetic family, always remember to keep moving forward, to stay focused, stand. Yahoo! Smile often.